Hello everybody, welcome back to AI War 2, Faction Frenzy, Strategic Sage here, and it's time to continue on our journey. We've moved forward quite a bit, going to get into the current situation, and what I believe is actually a workable, if very dangerous, and probably odds against, plan for the endgame. If you're new to this series, I encourage you to check out the links in the description. I've got mentioned the previous playthroughs that I have done with more of a tutorial bent. I also should mention that the game is starting to chug a little bit now. I'm going to do everything I can to maximize performance, but I've sort of reached close to the limit here. And I think it's just because of the ever-escalating threat, which, by the way, is something I've learned. I can't really do a whole lot about it. For example, a couple systems we cleared out. Mark 7 Rhea, they've recaptured there. Mark 6 Thrun, and this is actually more strength that was in there before. And the problem is, with the Civil War on, if you weaken a system, all the other AIs gang up on it. And so clearing that out has been a problem, and overall with CPAs and exo waves and all that, the threat keeps gradually escalating, and I don't think there's any good way for me to prevent it. That is what it is. Now, in terms of the other factions, like the Marauders recently recaptured Dietz, and I think that actually might be the only system that they have right now. But that problem has largely been solved through the AI reconquest waves. Obviously nano costs are gone. The Dark Spire are growing and attacking some, but not nearly to the degree that I would have anticipated. The whole, central location the Marauders had in Kaleeks and Haven down here, the Dark Spire and the AI have combined to really handle that. So, in general, the other factions, other than the AIs, not really much of a factor. We've seen Macrophage every once in a while try to show them, but it's really humanity against the AIs at this point. It doesn't look like any of the other factions are going to be strong enough to threaten us in the relevant time frame. So then if we look at the big picture, I've done some hacking of some of the tech vaults. Probably actually did a little bit more than I should have. There's only one or two more that are left outstanding. And I found myself jumping around a lot with my fleets. I realized my fleets were really underpowered. I came out here to Laubos, which is where one of the better remaining ones is, and grabbed that. So if we take a look at what we have there. So it's got Kite and Concussion. And we had the couple concussion tech vaults, as you may remember. I did get those hacked. Then there are also Light Hull, which we've invested in. So that boosts them up to a credible Mark 4 level right away. And the MLRS Corvette and Pike Corvette are not terrible either. So that's another fleet that we've grabbed, boosting a little bit. We still are at about 140 total strength for our fleets. And frankly, I'm going to need to be a lot higher than that, probably close to double. If I'm going to have any realistic chance at knocking out the AI homeworlds. Now, in the long term, I did talk about Milner down here, and we also discovered some more things down here. Draenor Citadel, more Outguard. There's a major data center over here, which I would love to get. I mean, only one way in is great. And let's see, where is that sucker? Yeah, right here. So if we built here towards, barricade that's enough of a distance. This could be a really nice one. Knock down that AI progress more. I really want to get down here, but I just can't. There's no way to do it except for getting through Zombie. So Zombie is going to be our first homeworld target. In order to do that, though, we have other issues to deal with. We need to get as strong as we can, hold down AI progress as much as we can. And a big problem with this game is just having the different AIs spread out, because I know, like, there's one in here. There's one in here somewhere. You can tell that by those high mark systems. Then the one here, and the one up in, where is it? Yeah, Seeking over there. So they're spread out so much, not really connected too well to each other, that I have to spread throughout essentially the whole galaxy of 150 planet map, acquire so much AI progress that I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold them off long enough to knock out all the homeworlds. Like, I feel like I'll probably get a couple of them, but then after that, the resistance might get too strong. I don't know. So, it's going to be rough. I do have a plan, though. As best I can figure it, there's one other fleet that I think I want to take, and that's here in Wirral. More concussion corvettes, It's got the V-Wings, the fusion bombers, assault frigates, and if we look, like, for example, at the V-Wings, we pop that up. Generalist and light. There's still a generalist tech vault out there that I'll probably get. We'll boost the hull again here, so that'll get them up to at least Mark 4, and I'll maybe probably Mark 5 later on, and V-Wings are a very nice ship for slowing down the enemy. Add that to those concussion corvettes, and the fact that it's got, multiple different ship types. Bombers are always good no matter how bad their mark level is. I'd like them to be higher, but it is what it is. So, those are things. I could add this, and then I could hit that Spire Archive down here. And then I want to come out this way, because Lurdorf here give me another risk analyzer. I'm going to need to come around this way as the most efficient way to get into this homeworld anyway. And then this will get me within range of this coprocessor and this coprocessor, along with, of course, that communication node and that distribution node. So there's some nice things there. Notice I'm probably not going to take this Spire Archive, despite how salivating it is, because it's in the same system as a Vengeance Generator. Or if I do, I'll take it like very late in the game. I would just be antagonizing this thing to a ridiculous degree, and notice it's not very antagonized right now, but this would just be an insane level of Darkspire aggravation. And if I do that now, I'm just going to be asking for trouble. This fleet down here is nothing really interesting to me. But the other two coprocessors are one here and the one up here in Lehman. So I'm now at a point where by capturing that one more system out here in Lurdorf, I can reach all four of the AI coprocessors. Hopefully that'll keep the level down some. It's a net negative 60 for AI progress. I could get it down under 200. It would still initially spike it over the Mark II level there, or Mark III. But I could probably keep it at that level for a reasonable amount of time and maybe, not have to deal with wormhole invasions nonstop until later. So that's essentially what my goal is there. And then I also want to hack some more ARSs and build up my fleet strength as much as I can. If I get into the 250 to 300 fleet strength range, then I think I can make this work. I'm also using the Outguard quite a bit. I use the Spire Archivist for defense, and the Saber Company only if I really need them, because Mark 1 pulsar tanks, not that exciting, but these are giving me like Mark 3 beam cannons and stuff. They're really good defensive fleet, and so that's been helping out a lot. We're getting hit a lot with Reconquest waves. You can see the bit we've got going here. In Zanzibar, there's a whole bunch of Royal Sniper Guardians with the Reconquest attempt here, and the Royal AI is throwing its weight around. We're going to be fine in terms of wiping this out. It's just going to take a rather stupid amount of time. So for right now, I'm going to hop around a bit in time, and we're going to take a look at the various hacks that I'm doing to try to up my fleet. Of course, the fleet capacity extenders are going to be a big part of this. All right, this is our first order of business here in nearby VAP, right by Laubos, which we just took over. It's the last tech vault on the map, and it's Generalist. So that's going to be our first Generalist upgrade, I believe. Yes, it will be. And as we can see, it's going to upgrade our sniper turrets, also the V-Wings, ramifiers, and gunbots. We're planning on getting more V-Wings, so upgrade those as well. Not a huge gain, but some. And why not take all the tech vaults we can? So we're going to take that for 30. And we're going to be doing it with only the regen golem. I want it to get as much experience as possible. I'm not sure if this is going to work well. I can bring another fleet to support if I need to. But I'm trying to, I had the other fleets in here to clear out this system. There was like 200 strength. And now what I want to do is not lose any of the potential gain to the regen golem in experience. So we're going to have a 2-minute barrel of fun in here. And, yeah, this is the, gave us a Spider Guardian. Yep. So I'm thinking, it's interesting, because this is, it's acting like it's a Royal AI. Yeah, it's giving us a bunch of Royal Guardians, even though that's not probably what we are totally up against here. Now, I think it just recently switched to Simple Ensemble or something. It was Royal for forever. So we're almost halfway through. And, of course, we're letting these hang around for a while. But we're also gaining what experience we can. Let's take a look at how close we are. Yeah, we're just gaining a little bit there. We got a long ways to go. There we go. The hack is complete. We got ourselves a counterattack, and there's some more ships here, but we're going to be able to knock these out with our regen golem. And so that will take care of that. Now, I forgot to mention that I did do a major upgrade in getting, it's not even here anymore, the light hull. I spent 10k science, and now we're almost out of science. The hacking and the science are definitely the limiters on how much we can do. And that's just going to stop us from, in terms of how far we can go. But we still have 47 more hacking. So I want to proceed with a couple more hacks before I try to expand to get more territory, and then just gradually ramp up that way towards the end game. Here is round 2. Got a few more hacking points because we keep killing Astro Trains. But here we're going to grab the Tripperz from this AI. This is definitely the best hack that we're able to do for an advanced research station. Ambush light, they're going to be Mark 7 immediately. And then also, in typical AI fashion, they are trying to attack where we just left and captured in Laubos. So I'm sending the other fleets down here. Up here is just the ambush fleet that's going to grab those Tripperz. And also our regen golem for experience purposes.
Taking fire in enemy territory.
And this, of course, is a very typical issue with multitasking at this point in the game. Should be fine here. And yeah, these fleets are just about coming in, I think. They're getting chased by some. But let's make sure that we put everybody on pursuit and unload. And fellas, go to work. Hack's about to end. Oh yeah, they're creating a nice big mess over here, are they not? What exactly do they have? Wide variety of stuff. Lots of Pike Corvettes, Raptors, things of that nature, a few melee ships. But I don't foresee us having any problem here. So if we head back, we now have a whole bunch of new Tripperz. Yes, let's take a look at what our top fleet has now. Up to 54 strength. It's got the aggressors as the only thing that it does not have currently at Mark 7. I probably want to double the Velociraptors eventually. But still, this is going to look really good for us. They're going to get those built up. Now here's a bit of an unexpected moment that's going to allow demonstration of a couple things. I was trying to get into Rhea. There's an interesting choice here in terms of what ship line I actually want. But I definitely want to hack this ARS. And we just got to knock out the Plasma Eye, but they have lots of friends in there. Even Praetorian Guard was coming out to play. But in Diffie, they are attacking with a stupidly large wave, Special Forces Master. Now, I haven't seen anything above the 30s in terms of their wave size, so this is a big upgrade for them. MLRS Corvette ships don't scare me. We saw in the last session how we can easily deal with them with our current turret defenses, but Pike Corvette's a little scarier, and anything of this strength, except when it's a Reconquest wave. And I'm wondering if this was, because there's no Usurper, I wonder if it was like spawned as a Reconquest and then they shifted to Special Forces Master or something? I don't know. In any case, What we're going I brought all my fleets in here, and also the Zenith Trader visited over here, and I forgot to mention that. So I bought a bunch of its stuff, and it's not all up yet. We're currently working on the force field generator, which might be done partway through this fight. And then all my fleets are in here. I do have the Zenith power generator in here. One of the reasons why our metal is so ridiculous, we have over a million to the positive. But then let's also use our Outguard. It's about to hit. Spawn the Spire Archivist, and it always shows up at that same spot for whatever reason. I don't know how it determines that, but in any case, we'll do that. And we'll bring in Saber Company. And this is just, when they're at max fleets, you gain nothing by waiting longer. And I just want to, one, show they work, but also, let's just see how well our defense does here. Here's all of our pulsar tanks. And here they come. So yeah, over 3,000 ships. They're all going to die quickly. Because if we look down in here, you see we're looking at a whole bunch of Mark III beam cannons for them. We're even going to get help. Oh, more stuff is coming. Hold on. Yes, more fun is coming. They're like, wait for us. Over 2,000 threat now. How exciting. Now we're chewing through most... Yeah, the Pike Corvettes are going to take a minute to go down. Here comes all of these MLRSs. All that we got left is the MLRS, pretty much, I think. That one stupid gang still have the 100... They're like, you know what? Maybe we should leave. Yeah, maybe you should. Yeah, the Pike Corvettes are taking a little while. But better safe than sorry here. And boom. So we have defeated the monster wave on Diffie, and now we can go back about our business of getting into Rhea and doing another hack. Still got 35 wonderful hacking left to use. And we're down to just under 1 million energy, so everything is good. Did we get that generator up? Nope, still finish it up. So I'll let that wrap, as we have plenty of metal. At the moment, we're only 1 million below our max. Alright, now it's time to do our wonderful hack here. And it's kind of a conflict between different priorities that I would typically have. Alright, so here's the choices available. And the Vanguard is the highest tech ship currently. It's the Mark V. We don't have any of these right now. I like versatility. It's slow, very well shielded. They're generally not that highly regarded. A lot of people like to use the pulsar tanks, which we don't have any of if they're going to go for a sort of a tanky, you know, absorb damage type of thing. They do take a lot of hits. That's their main advantage. The V-Wings, generally highly regarded, only down at Mark IV, but we are not going to invest in the heavy hull to upgrade the Vanguards more. I'm probably going to invest more in generalists later to upgrade the V-Wings. So they're probably going to end up at Mark V or Mark VI later on in the game. And of course, they're good at chasing down fleeing hostiles. They slow down enemies, and if they have low-powered engines, then they do extra damage. But they don't do a huge amount of damage as is. It does give us synergy with the fact that we're going to be getting more V-Wings in other places. The sniper frigates are nice. We've got lots of long-range ships, though. So really, we could go any direction with this. But I really think we can use the tanky option. And this could end up coming back to bite me. I'm probably not going to notice one way or the other. I'm going to go Vanguard. And I'm going to add those to my Regenerator Golem fleet. And I'm just leaving them as Officer Krypton just because Krypton's a cool name. So, let's get this done. And this should be pretty basic. I'm not expecting any huge shenanigans. We're not currently under any more attacks. Obviously, exo waves are still coming. That's not us. We don't own Thirstone. Obviously quite a bit more resistance on this set of spawnings. And our regen golem's down fairly low. We can go repair that. It's not a problem now. There we go. Yes, the AI is always going to want to launch a counterattack, but we now have Mark V Vanguards. Success! Zenith Trader's back in Sproul. We have no reason to go back there. A little bit more Hunter fleet coming in. But it's time to move on to yet another target. Okay, so we've got enough for another 15-point hack, and what I want to do is start working on fleet capacity extenders now. Really start boosting the power of our stronger ships. So we'll go with this, and we're going to double the wonderful Velociraptors first. Probably grab Raptors, Tripperz, other things at another time. But for now, that's what we're going with. Fairly quick hack again, 45 seconds. I'm going to estimate, add another like 10, 15 strength to our overall force. And we're going to need to work on expanding after this. So regen golem, making good progress towards level 4. I want to ramp this thing up as high as I can just to see what it's capable of, to be perfectly honest. And there we go, our more Velociraptors coming out. So, what are we going to do next? Well, we're out of hacking. And we can see we've got a couple of them up to easy, the other two are in very easy. Hacking, as far as that goes, is going to be pretty easy. What I want to do is work my way back over. You can see the Marauder force in Dietz is getting a little rowdy up there in terms of its total strength. So I probably want to free up our Dyson Golem. Again, we haven't done that in a while. Get over here to Dietz. Keep progressing all the way over here. And then we're going to move on to the rest of the plan with taking Werrell, hacking the Spire Archive, working my way out to Lerdorf. I may want to go to Lerdorf first if I can, because the sooner we get that risk analyzer, the better. So all of that is going to be our plan when next we return. But so far, that's been going pretty well. Let's double check our fleet strength. There we go. So, and then that's 180 there plus Krypton 216. So we've made major progress. Just in this session, we've essentially doubled our fleet strength by 50%. And again, don't rely on strength completely, but it's a nice indicator. You can see Ambush Fleet now has almost 600 ships capable of being as its command, almost 500 in Sniper. So we're getting some pretty nice numbers. And I think once we add the fleet here, get more science to upgrade more ships, get this here, so that's going to be 2 more systems with about 60 more hacking. Then we can do a few more things, probably a couple more fleet capacity extenders. That's likely what I'm going to use it for. I don't think we should have a problem getting up to where we need to. Now, can we do anything with it at that point? That's a whole other ball of wax. But definitely headed in the right direction. And it won't be long before the end game comes, in the beginning of which I'll be pushing on Zombie. But until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you continue to enjoy this epic struggle that is approaching the conclusion. And more Faction Frenzy will return.